Many people have been scared off from giving classical music a chance because they've heard somewhere, or been led to believe, that this music is not for them. The question about classical music and white people is not the only question. There are others. Is classical music elitist? Is classical music just for rich people? Is classical music just for men? Is classical music just for old people? Is classical music just for people with no rhythm, no soul, no style, no swagger? Is classical music just for uptight, stuffy people? These questions, and others, are all variations on a theme. They're essentially the same question because they're all pointing to the same concern. Would I be welcome here? Now, where's here? Two places. The industry itself. Is the classical music industry biased towards white people? Or is any performer welcome? And two, the listener fan community. Are only white people welcome? And is there something about the art form, the music itself, that makes it only appealing to white people? Disclaimer. The issues surrounding race, gender, and identity are complex, way more so than can be covered in my little YouTube video. Provocative subject matter aside, I'm not actually trying to argue politics. I'm here to talk to you about this art and this industry that I know well. I want to help you understand this music is for you, if you want it to be. Let's talk about the second one first, the listener fan community. Would you be welcome? When you think about your favorite musical artists, what they present to their fans goes way beyond just their music. A huge aspect of what a Justin Timberlake or a Taylor Swift or a Jay-Z or a Lady Gaga offers is personality and persona. The combination of qualities that form an individual's distinctive character and the aspect of that character that is perceived and presented. This personality persona image thing is integral to the art offering. It's not just the music. It's their fashion, their sex appeal, their activism or politics, the crew they run with. It's the baggy jeans and Timberlands, the baseball cap or cowboy hat. It's the skin-tight leotard with the tassels and sequins. Not to mention the laser light shows, the patriotic fireworks with the video of the American flag waving on the big screen, the backup dancers dressed in drag, all these extra musical elements that are signaling what the music seeks to be and who it's for. But classical music is different. Incidentally, this is one of the main reasons people feel classical music is boring. They're accustomed to consuming music with all this other stuff attached. We're just not used to a music art form that focuses just on the music. This is a different world, the classical music world, a different entertainment philosophy that has different goals and offers different rewards. The performers on stage are purposefully trying not to be the center of attention. It sounds strange, but it's true. They don't want anything to distract you from the music they're performing, including themselves. And that's what classical music fans fall in love with, the sounds being made and the effect those sounds have on them as individuals. No extra musical signaling, no telegraphing what or who the music is for. So if you find this notion compelling, putting the sounds first, putting the full range of your emotional experience as a result of those sounds first, then you will find the classical music fan community very welcoming companions. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button below and subscribe and share this video with a couple good friends. It's really helpful for a new channel like mine just getting off the ground. Okay, back to the video. Now, let's talk about the industry itself. Bias towards white people, or is any performer welcome? The answer? No, not just any performer is welcome. You have to be good. Now, there are levels, and good is relative, but you do have to be good. And that's the key. The classical music industry, for the most part, is a meritocracy. And that fact inoculates it from many of the biases that could plague it. Here's what I mean. The number one most important thing to the classical music world, and just about everyone in it, is the music. It's sometimes called the music of the masters, the great composers, whose names you may have heard of: Bach, Mozart, Beethoven, Brahms, Tchaikovsky, and many others. In the classical music world, the music, not the performer, is sacred. In this field, there are people with PhD level degrees who spend their entire careers researching and studying the music we perform, trying to gain better insight into how it's constructed, its potential to move an audience emotionally, and how best to perform it. There are other PhDs that do nothing but research the composers themselves, also to gain insight into their music. In this world, everything serves the music, particularly the performers. Think about it. If the music is sacred, then your performance of that music must be appropriately magnificent. Performance expectations in the classical music world are extraordinarily high. Performers sacrifice much to develop the skills to play classical music at the expected high level. Their childhoods. Many started playing at 3 or 4, and by 6 or 7, they're practicing 4 hours a day, 6, 7 days a week. Their mental health. The number of my friends and colleagues dealing with depression is alarming and very normal. Their physical health. Every performer I know deals with some level of chronic neck pain, back pain, shoulder pain, arm pain, some kind of pain. It takes relentless dedication, discipline, teams of instructors, and decades of time to produce a high-level classical music performer. So, with putting the music first in one hand and the Herculean efforts to produce performers who can do justice to the music according to your high standards in the other, there is very little room in the modern classical music industry for bias towards anything except absolute excellence. A next-level flute player or trumpeter or violinist is too valuable, too rare, and it takes too much to make one to really be concerned about anything except their playing. Moreover, the classical music industry and the fan community truly does celebrate and admire those performers that make it out the other end for the incredible discipline and sacrifice in service of this art.